Well, my name is EMSWorld. I'm a police officer and a paramedic. I started DT EMS in 1996, and since then I've taught hundreds of EMS providers in scene safety, both mental and physical skills. Well, our course objectives are things like covering potentially violent calls, assault response levels, laws of self-defense and patient restraint. We also talk about physical fitness in EMS, and more importantly, we cover documentation because a lot of people just really don't document the incidents well. As far as the system itself, we cover everything from the verbal skills, using actual escape techniques. We cover some important restraint issues, and then talk about principle-based defensive tactics. Well, DT EMS is not a karate class, and it's not law enforcement style defensive tactics, because that's actually kind of a play on words. We also don't teach MMA style ground and pound them, but like all self-defense, it's going to take some practice to become proficient. These drills can be practiced pretty much anywhere with very limited protective gear and space. We're not teaching any specific style of martial arts. Actually, what we're doing is teaching techniques that have been borrowed from several arts, including judo, karate, jiu-jitsu, and kali silat. You know, when the NAEMT released the numbers saying that 1 in 2, that was 52%, have been assaulted by a patient, and they were guessing at around 700,000 annual EMS assaults, it's kind of hard to defend not training personnel in self-defense scenarios. Our system is really set up on 6 steps. Our 6 steps are things like, number 1, don't be on an unsafe scene. And everything else is going to be trying to get back to number 1. So we start with don't be on an unsafe scene, but we know that's just not always happening. Number 2, it's keying up your awareness. Once you're aware you're on an unsafe scene, you step back up to number 1 and get off of it. Maintaining a self-distance is our number 3, and then something that's unique to us is what we call our double tap parry. Then we have moving into step 5 is the basic ground defense, and then finally escaping the mountain if you found yourself there. Each time you're going to be working on moving up 1 step until ultimately you get back off of the unsafe scene. I get that a lot. No, we're not teaching anybody how to fight. There's a big difference between self-defense and fighting. Actually, what we're teaching is, recognition, avoidance, prevention, and escape. We're saying that the use of force is a last resort. We don't teach any aggressive techniques because DT EMS is when the scene is not as safe as you thought it was. No, we're not teaching any complicated or fancy techniques. We're actually teaching a series of movements that build from 3 initial basic movements. And since we're using basic laws and principles in our skills, size and strength usually are not the issue. The skills can be used by students regardless of size or sex. Well, that's a great question. One of the ways you keep your employees from trying out the skills is because in our course we cover assault response guidelines and use of force levels that teach appropriate times to use force. We also cover laws pertaining to when force is justified. If somebody uses force outside of legal realms, then the agency can separate themselves from them because they're not doing what they were trained to do, plus what they've done is illegal. I think it's a great idea to have a local police department offer to train you guys in some types of self-defense. I think it's a great start. But just remember, police officers train in mechanics of arrest and control. That's totally different. EMS personnel need to be training in escape skills. Police officers have no duty to retreat, whereas an EMS provider and a private citizen do. You need to leave, not try to take someone into custody. Basically, I started DT for EMS in 1996. It's been taught for CEUs since then. I've literally taught hundreds and hundreds of EMS providers. I am a paramedic and a police officer with pretty much 18 years in public service. I'm an experienced defensive tactics instructor and teach numerous different courses on that. I hold belts in different styles of martial arts. But most importantly, to find out about me and the rest of what we have to offer, visit our website at www.dt4ems.net. I'll answer any questions that you have, and feel free to put you into contact with people that have already attended our courses.